Hello, Casey here. I hope everyone's doing well. I'm just going to go ahead and dive right in to my discussion. I found the assessment about gaining power and influence the most helpful because I have not been in a job position where I needed to influence other employees. In leadership roles, like in my current job, I may need to help students in my 4-H clubs make better choices, but because this is more informal than influencing another employee, I hadn't really considered what strategies I use. This quiz made me consider what influence strategies I use and would use. And the "How creative are you?" quiz results surprised me a little bit because I consider myself to be a very creative person. As an artist and a graphic designer, I scored high, but honestly realized I was expecting higher. I think that I'm also a very organized and somewhat methodical thinker, and this might I know it takes away some of the freeness and feeling that comes along with creativity. Sometimes it stops me in my tracks when I'm thinking creatively, which I don't think is a terribly bad thing. It's necessary in all of the jobs I've had so far. But after that initial surprise, it does make sense to me because of that, and it made me consider if I'm balancing myself or hurting myself when I'm taking away from that creativity. And I think I definitely can be doing both. And then I think I lean more towards the behavioral approach. In my results, I saw that I lean toward empowering and including others rather than always needing to be the voice of power. I would hope this approach would create a bigger buy-in to the choices and ideas we would be choosing as a team. That's something that we practice in a lot of our 4-H clubs that I run. It is kind of the point of having elections for officers is to create that sort of buy-in that people have and control over their own club to give everyone a little bit more of a voice. I loosely apply this structure in particular to our teen club with 4-H, and this is where I see a little bit of an issue, and I don't know if it would apply in the real world with not teenagers, but at least in this club I do see the issue of trying to allow them to choose like what they want their club to be, what they want to do at a meeting. And I get crickets to the question of what they want to do. I always end up having to give a specific idea for them to sort of informally vote on if they want to do or not, and I get about half participation, and I'd say they all just agree. I'd like to think that my ideas are always good, but there's got to be ideas that they're not that interested in. So I just wonder if the behavioral approach would end up having this issue every now and then. It's meant to create this unity and buy-in to care about what we're all choosing this as a team, these ideas and the choices we're choosing, and you have a say in a little bit more. But if people aren't even using their say-so, I just don't know if that just wouldn't end up being effective like it isn't in my teen club. But, you know, that's not a professional setting. And I would assume a little bit more of employees, but I would like to hear your ideas and thoughts on how you've seen behavioral approach used. That's it. Bye.